Alright, Blue Nemesis Chevelle. I'm at it again. Actually building on this AMG. So what we got going on right now is a speaker box, custom speaker box. It's gonna fit perfectly in here, all the way to the back. Right. So this trunk actually has, it's all dirty because I've been test fitting with the boxes. I'm cutting it. So the best tip I can give you is to measure like 5 times and make sure you're taking count for every single little thing, because I did a measurement and I got the little rise right here in the back. You see how it goes up? I got that rise. I got it to where it goes back. The seat is not 100% a 90 degree from this surface, so it's like an angle going back. So I got that measurement from the top corner. I got the box coming up to here, like 12 inches up to here. Then the box is gonna hit this area, which is like 17 inches, and the box is gonna go to like 16 inches up to like right about here somewhere, not pressed up against here, but like an inch down from there. I got an inch clearance on the sides, and I made the box like custom, the perfect fit. But then you got to get the box in here, so I had to make some modifiers, put an angle on the corners. Now I have to angle I angled the corners on the bottom already. Now I'm going to angle the corners on top, because if you can see right there, it's not quite, maybe it's a 45, but right in that little corner there's an angle. So now I got to cut this angle to make sure the box fits 100%. Now, yeah, I did this like pretty quick takeoff last night. Now if I would spend more time on my takeoff, and I got that angle right there, and I had this right here, which is going to be part of my installation, if I included, you know, the space inside of there, still got to be able to get the box in past this point. So if I included that, I would already put an angle right here on the box, but I didn't include that. I anticipated just taking a box, putting it on an angle, dropping it in, pushing it back. Blue Nemesis, this is the box. Give you a quick review. We got a 12-inch hole in the center. We got our ports in. We got our carpet on. We sealed the box. Take a quick look inside. You can see that it's notched back, so it goes all the way back. You can see the 45s on the top. You can see the 45s on the bottom, so it fits inside the trunk. Quick look in the trunk, even though it's all dark. You can see that there's like an angle right here that I had to clear. And then if you look deeper in there, in that back corner, you can see there's a little angle on both sides. So the box has to clear those angles to get pushed all the way back against the seats. The box has to drop down. The box has to drop down just to get inside past the top piece right here. So the box goes down to like 12 inches, slides back. It notches because of the hill where you can't see right now because it's dark. Maybe right there. It notches because of that. Goes back 12 inches in the back. Comes out to the face. It's like 17 inches in the face. And it comes out like, I want to say it's 17. So it goes back 17, comes back out 17, and then it's 17 on the face, give or take. So that's the box, how you build it, how I build it. It's not finished. I need to put more staples and tighten up the carpet a little bit, but it's already dark and I'm trying to wrap it up. I'm gonna be putting the stub in next time. You guys cut you guys back on and we'll get it all connected. We got Blue Nemesis Chevelle with this box. I got the sub installed now. I'm just gonna go over it really quick with you guys. This is my finished product. It is all custom with parts that I had laying around and some cheap stuff that I got from Home Depot. The box I built. Excuse me, the carpet is just I went to Home Depot and got what they had available. They didn't have the fabric that I wanted, but I wasn't gonna wait and I was impatient. You can see how it's notched out at the bottom. You can see the ports on the top. See how I custom made it to fit this 15 and actually make it in my trunk. goes up right here just for the 15. Let me take it and flip it up. All right, so this is a 15-inch subwoofer. I made custom ports, built the box custom, sealed it, threw the carpet on. This is the whole get up kit and caboodle. It's notched out to fit all the way back in the trunk. And I did a quick carpet job, glue and staples. You can see one right there. I colored it in black so you can't really notice it, but you can critique it. Professional box makers can critique it all they want. I really don't care. I built this box for the sub. So the sub is a VXF 15, which is 1500 watts RMS, 3000 watts max, dual 2 ohm sub that I'm wiring down to 1 ohm. So it's gonna be at max at 1500 watts is what I'm gonna run it at. Now Scar recommends a box that is pretty much 3 1/4 cubic foot at 32 hertz or something around there. Now port design and everything like that is pretty basic when you use somebody's formula, but I really don't go by the manufacturer's formula exactly, because after building a couple boxes I found that if you go a little bit over their recommended ported box cubic foot, you end up with a deeper sounding bass and you stress the speaker a lot less. So my port design is similar to their port design. You know, it goes back maybe 17 inches, give or take. But the big difference in my box is it's like 4 1/4 cubic foot. So I went like an extra cubic foot over their 3 1/4 they recommend. That's just how I do it. Everybody can criticize however I did it or however they want. I really don't care. I'm gonna put it in the car and we're gonna see what it sounds like. That's how it comes up, so it clears inside, and it's gonna be right for me. Actually, any critiques or any responses to the reason why I shouldn't make it a bigger box, please chime in and let me know. But I'll get back when it's hooked up. All right, blue Nemesis Chevelle AMG Build. We'll go over this system real quick. I got it installed in the car. Don't have the amps in yet, don't have none of that done, but we got the box and we got the system in here. So we're gonna go over it real quick of how it's installed in the car. It's a custom built box. I got it maxed out for the box I wanted to build for the sub that I have inside. The sub requires 3 1/4 cubic foot of air. I wanted to build a box that was at least a 1 cubic foot over that, and I achieved that. I say it's like 4 1/4 cubic feet, but the way I measure it is you got to subtract the actual sub itself out of that cubic foot space, so it probably ends up around like, I don't know, 3 and more than 3/4, so almost 4 cubic feet. I would say just about 4 cubic feet, because you gotta subtract at least 1/4 cubic foot for the sub itself, and you have to subtract some for the actual way I did my ports, you know, because the ports go back. I subtract all that stuff. Everybody has a different stuff. I'm not a professional box builder. It's already been stated multiple times, but this is the way I do it. Now the box, you've seen the box outside. The box has a notch, so it's come up in the face, and then it goes all the way back. It has another notch on the bottom, has 45s on the corner. On the top, has 45s on the corner on the bottom to fit back in there. And let's see what kind of space we saved. A custom box. On the 5 on the sides, we're right at 20 inches. And on the face from the sub, we're at 18. So we still got 18, 19 inches of space in our trunk with the system so far. Now the amplifiers, there's a couple options. Like mount them over here or mount them over there, but most likely the amps are going to be mounted underneath here where my spare tire is. As long as I can get enough space around the amps so where they're not going to run hot, then I'll be fine. If I think it's too snug, then I won't put the amps in there because I don't want them to overheat. Essentially, I was going to try to slide the amps like right in here. We might still be able to do that. Might be able to still slide an amp here, you know, but you're going to run into this right here, which is, do a quick measurement. It only goes back not even 12 inches, so the amp will come out too far over this way. So that's not going to work. We can put 1 amp back in the back here between this thing. Let me see. We might be able to put 1 amp. We're gonna run it along across this way, the bigger amp, and behind, and then we might be able to put the smaller amp. We might be able to tuck the smaller amp in on one of these sides. We'll have to see the exact dimensions of it. Essentially, it was gonna go an amp right here, but there's no way the amp is gonna fit vertically right here. So we'll cross that bridge shortly. Let's take a look in the inside. So on the inside, you can see with the seats folded down, the box goes all the way to the back to where the actual top of the seat is going to hit it. Now that box fits in there. You can see the angle right here, you can see the angle over there, you can see the angles on the bottom working to get the box all the way to the very, very back of the freaking seat. Now if I push the seat up, we can assume that there's a little space about maybe like this in the back, very back of the seat. That little space I could have took out. Now that little space wouldn't make a very big difference anyway, because I don't really need that much space. The only thing it really could have done was add more cubic foot to the actual box, or I could have shortened the depth of the box, and that would have worked out too. The actual 4 cubic feet that I was looking for, I could have made it exactly the way they call for, and that would have gave me a little bit more room to push that box a little bit deeper into my trunk, but I didn't want to, so I chose not to. That's my choice, because I think it's going to sound better with a bigger box than what they require. That's my personal preference. All in all, it's all done, and that's the finished product of the box install. I'll go over the amps with you guys later. See ya.